So given the fact that the news came out earlier this week that the Spider-Man-less Spider-Man-verse that Sony has been having since the first Venom, I think in like 2019 or 20, whenever it first came out, is ending, and in my opinion, it's one of the worst franchises ever run. You had this, Morbius, you had Madam Web, a whole bunch of real stinkers. It seems like now, after all this time, Sony is finally willing to sell all the rights to all the Spider-Man properties back to Marvel Studios. You guys need to know, like, Spider-Man's my favorite hero. He always has been. I grew up watching the cartoons. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies came out. The first one when I was in, like, 3rd grade. I was 9 years old. Spider-Man is my favorite, right? So when he came back into the MCU and he entered the MCU back in, 2017, 2016, I was ecstatic. I loved it. Now, if you're able to get him, all of his side characters, all of his villains, and everything else that comes with it, that's just a big plus. That's awesome. I feel like we haven't really been able to explore a lot of the villains. I want to see a Venom in the MCU. I want to see a Harry Osborn in the MCU. We haven't seen it yet. I want to see Tom Holland play versions of Peter Parker for the next decade or so. Because let's just face it, he's my favorite Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He is. Granted, Andrew Garfield is a close second. And I do love Tobey Maguire, but I mean, he's not as good as the other two guys. That's my hot take. I just want to see more Spider-Man in the MCU. I want to see more of it. We need to have an anchor point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. We've lost a couple of them. So it only makes sense that Marvel pays whatever Sony is asking for, get all those rights, get all those characters, bring everybody home in one roof. I think after that, the only characters that aren't still, owned by Marvel Studios, I think the Incredible Hulk might still be owned by Universal Pictures. I might be wrong on that, but that was the case for a long time. But here's my question to you guys. If this happens, what is the first thing you want Marvel to incorporate with the new Sony characters? My opinion, give us live action Miles Morales. That's what I want. I want to see it.